Peace and blessings. I'm Tony and I got my main man Neil with me. And man, I'm really excited about what's going on across the world today. How everybody protesting and uniting and we, showing the world that we're kind of tired of all these killings. But I want to talk about what we're going to do after the protesting, after everything get back to normal. And growing up, I kind of had a plan. I kind of seen a plan in my neighborhood how we could do this. So I want to share with you today. The first thing we got to do as black men is we got to start mentoring, tutoring, and guiding our youth. That's the first thing we got to do. And man, we can't be scared. Now, what I would say is do it in your neighborhood. That's why I'm talking about my block. I'm from Northwest Washington, D.C., so I wouldn't go to Southwest or Southeast or somewhere that I don't know nobody and start trying to tell them what to do. So I would start in my neighborhood. I think that's the best thing to do. Growing up, man, the dudes in my neighborhood, man, they whatever you needed from the neighborhood, you can go to one of the guys. Like I feel like I had like 20 fathers, man. I can go if it was how to dress, how to fight, what woman to talk to, far schoolwork, whatever. I can get somebody that I could talk to. I remember one day I went to Alice Deal Junior High, and we was gonna have a party. I was in the 8th grade, and I hooked school to go to Georgetown to buy me an outfit. And I seen my friend DC Slim, one of the funniest guy I know. He's the funniest guy I know. And I seen him and I waved him down. This is my man, this is my friend. And I told him I wanted to take me to Georgetown. And he said, cool. And he took me to my mother's store, which I got a whooping for playing hooky. And she took me to school, man. Then I got had recess and all this
That's
stuff.
That's a powerful lesson.
Yeah.
So he said, yeah, I'm going to take you.
Yeah, he said, I got you.
I got you.
But he took me.
Man, that's...
And then for about a week, I ain't speak to him. And he say, man, I see you acting like a little sucker. But he say, hey, Champ, it's my responsibility to make sure you get in the best situation to be successful. Like, if you don't speak to me and be successful, man, I'm cool with that. And that was powerful to me because, man, we can't be these, it's cool to be these kids' friend, but first and foremost, our job is to put them in a position to be successful. That's the most important thing, man. So I just want to talk about that. Like, man, we got to stop being scared. Like, you want change, but you got to be a part of the change. Like, we keep waiting for Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and Marcus Garvey and all these other leaders. But, man, why you can't be a leader? Why you just start in your own block? Just start in your own block. You see something wrong, man. And I ain't saying, I know these youngins going hard. I know they going hard. But, man, for the most part, there might be one of your friends' sons or grandsons that you might can pull up on them and say, man, hey, man, let's try this a different way. The other thing I think we need to do, man, is if you got some type of skill, man, pull a young joker up, man, and say, man, let me show you your skill. Whatever, man, I don't care if it's painting, cooking, long as it's legal. I don't want y'all putting no patent. Long as it's legal.
That's moving back.
Yeah. But long as it's legal, man, try to show these youngins, man. Try to take some time out with these youngins, man. Like I say, man, in my neighborhood, man, the men were real men, man. And they looked out for me, man. They showed me love. They showed me love with unconditional love without no tricks, not, wasn't no tricks like trying to trick a joker.
Yeah.
It was just love. And it gave me the confidence when I left the neighborhood to go out and be like, man, hey, if this person tell me I'm this and this person tell me that, I wasn't tripping.
Yeah. That make a lot of sense.
Yeah. And it's for me, growing up, my person I aspired to be, I wanted to be, is like my brother Buck. My brother Buck, man, was the coolest dude I know. Man, this joker he just worked in the store. He would have women come throw drawers at him in the store. I'm not making this up. So I aspired to be like him, man. Wow. The coolest dude. He remind you of Teddy Pendergrass, but just like 10 times more handsome than Teddy Pendergrass. And the reason I'm telling you this is, if you're aspiring to be somebody, let's say you want to play basketball, and Michael Jordan pull up and tell you, man, come on, I'm going to take you, I'm going to train you every day. Do you know how powerful that is? If Michael Jordan training you and he telling you you're going to be the next Michael Jordan, you know how your mindset going to be going on here, Chant?
Give me the ball. They're going to be like, man, what happened to you, man? Just give me the ball. I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you what happened to you. Your confidence going to be off
the roof.
Yeah.
So my brother, I could talk to him every day. I could touch him every day. This is a person I'm aspiring to be, but he right there for me every day. So when I got older, he tell me, man, don't do this, I'm listening to him. It meant a lot. So for you black men out there, you never know, man, how you can change somebody's life, man. Okay, that's the first thing. Let's get out here and mentor and tutor and groom these young men, man. From boys, like 5, 6, groom these young boys. The second thing I feel like we should be doing, man, is starting black businesses and supporting black businesses. Man, you know, after all this old with, man, after all this black love, man, people gonna be wanting to support black businesses, man. I know it's not a lot, man, but this is the right time to start a business. If you've been thinking about starting a business, man, this is the perfect time to start a black business. And if you know some black businesses, man, support your black businesses, man. Now, I gotta tell you this. When you support a small black business, it might be a little bit more, and I don't want y'all to be like, oh, man, he trying to get over. Like, you take a place like Giants. They might buy 100 cases of Pepsis. But the small business might buy 5. So for y'all street jokers, y'all know the more you buy, the better price you can give it out.
Yeah.
So, man, I might go to the corner store and the Pepsi might be $2.19, where I might go to these big stores and it's 99 cents. But this the flip part of it. When you messed up, you can't go to the big store. When you messed up, you might go to the corner store and they look out for you because it's family. They know you. You support them, they support you back. That's the flip part of it. And then, man, I remember my parents, man, they own Office Grocery. Anytime a wedding, a graduation, a funeral, whatever was happening in the neighborhood, man, they would send sodas, water. My mother would make macaroni, potato salad, ham, turkey, whatever, to support the community because it's like a family. So we need that family orientation, man. We need to get that back, Chant. I remember my mother throwing block parties. They would have ribs, pig feet, turkeys, spaghetti. Like, you go to a block party, all you expecting is hot dogs and hamburgers. But by the community taking care of her, she could take care of the community back. So, man, if you can support black businesses, and if you have it on your heart to start a black business, man, start a black business, man. It's time, man. It's time. Economic empowerment. And one thing, if you understand about your oppressor, anytime we start rolling and stuff like that, they get threatened. That's why they burn down the Black Wall Streets and stuff like that, because they want that money, Chant. This you know, it's about money.
Capitalism.
It's about that money. The third thing we need to do is get involved in your neighborhood meetings. Like, I hear people all the time like, man, it's a Starbucks, they just put a Starbucks, but all this stuff go across the table in your neighborhood meetings. You gotta go to them neighborhood meetings and find out what's going on, man. I know they be boring. I done went to some and I'll be like, man. But man, if you got a couple buddies, pick one of your buddies. You go this week, he go next week, or get your wife to go. But you need to be up on what's happening out here, man. That's number 3. The 4th thing that we got to do, man, is we got to start taking care of our females, man. Man, listen. At home, how can you get mad with somebody if they calling your people's a hoe and a bee and all this other stuff when you doing it? Or, man, the worst thing I can see is you go on YouTube and you see 2 little girls fighting and grown men sitting around with cameras. Man, whoop her, this and that. Man, that's crazy, man. That would have never happened in my neighborhood. We gonna break it up. We gonna take care of that. Man, we gotta start looking out for our black woman, man. So, when I was growing up, man, my mother owned a store. My father's sister owned like 3 stores. Another one of his sisters owned a beauty salon. 2 of his cousins owned little grocery stores. And man, they kind of just kept this thing in the family, champ. And y'all can do it too. We got to stop being like, man, I can't do this and I can't. Just get out there and try, man. If you fail, so what? Try it again. But man, it's all about this bankroll, champ. It's all about this bankroll. So man, I was inspired to do this because it just was on my heart, because I know I done seen protests and I done seen this and that and that. But man, we got to come up with some loose solutions now, man. What you gonna do when it's over with? So my advice is to you is, if everybody just start on their own block, trying to control their own block, if everybody do this all across the United States, man, everything will be better. So just start with your block. Now, you got anything you got to say on it?
Well, I didn't have a block like your block.
Man, I love it.
But I had two people I can think of right now who was influential. One, I would call him A. I don't know if he wanted his name to be mentioned. And another, his name is Pipe. Mm-hmm. So with A, I remember one thing is he got me into school. I got kicked out of school, and I didn't want to tell my mother, my grandmother. I didn't know how I was gonna get back in school. They said you can't come back until you bring an adult to get you back in school. Mm-hmm. And this was the guys around the way, doing this. He was doing whatever he was doing. He was always a good friend of mine. And well, he was older than me, but a man that I looked up to. And he went to the school and got me back in.
Man.
Yeah, he got me back in school. Not only that, but he started, one of the lady, the lady was flirting with him and everything. Like, man, well, you sure? How do you know, Neil? I say, man, that's good money. And he gave me something. He gave me one thing that I get 2 examples. Another thing, he gave me some advice. You know this whole thing about snitching now. Like, don't snitch, this and that. Yeah. I understand that whole thing, but to me, it's about responsibility.
Yes.
He told me, he said, man, look, you can go out here and do whatever you want. You can get into this game or whatever you want to do, right? It's up to you. Yeah. But guess what? You know what come with it?
Man.
Jail. He said it come with it.
Man, jail or hell.
Oh yeah. He said
that's a part of the game.
It's a part of the game. Yeah. He said, don't think you can be out here doing your thing while other people go to work 9 to 5 every day. He said, do that seem fair to you?
Yeah.
You making $100,000 doing whatever, and other people going to work every day, punching the clock, working hard. Yeah. He said, so you have to understand, if you want to do that, if that's the thing you want to follow, is that the path you want to pursue? Right. Understand what go with it.
Man.
Jail. Then you understand that it's gonna be people gonna be on your back.
Yeah.
So you have to deal with that. So anyway, what he was telling me, he was saying, so if anything go down, don't act like it's brand new and start. Well, so what happened was told me he put he did it. I don't know why he put it in my pocket, but he said, man, you got to He said you got to be responsible for anything
your
you
actions.
do. For your actions.
Yeah,
so that was, to me, even though I was like a teenager, it made a lot of sense. Like you gotta,
you gotta hold up on this right here.
But you have to be, or whatever, you have to be responsible.
Yeah.
Whatever you do.
Yes.
You got to be responsible for the consequences.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I learned from him in a certain type of manner. And he gave me another good one. I remember I was talking about, man, I'm trying to do this and that. And I said, God willing. He said, God willing. He said, you willing. He said, are you willing? So again, he gave me some good money about God is good, but you got to put that work. You got to put that work in. Yeah. So I'm gonna talk about a buddy of mine named Pipe. Yeah. So this is just an example of, like, to me, gave me some nuggets of manhood. And I went out. He picked me up. He was an older dude. You know, you look up to the older dude. He can fight, whatever. He a handsome guy. He stayed in shape. He would pick me up. I'd be happy. He picked me up. So we went and go play basketball. Right. It was early in the morning, and I ain't had no breakfast. And we was playing basketball. And he was like, man, what's going on, man? Like, man, grab the rebound, do it. I was like, man, I ain't even had no breakfast this morning. He said, breakfast? He said, if Joker jump on you, and he said, what you gonna tell him, hold up. Yeah. I need to go get breakfast? Yeah. He said, anything, he said, something happened to you, you're gonna be like, nah, hold on, I'm not ready for this, I gotta eat breakfast. Let me sit down and have my eggs and bacon first. He said, man, it don't go like that. He said, man, you gotta give your all. You can't have no excuses out here. Man, that's deep with this. He gave me that good money, and I played one of my best games. Man. And you know, as a younger dude, I looked up to him because he was like, man, you did your thing. Yeah. And so anyway, I'm just giving him a couple of nuggets, like, man, what he's saying is very important, man. Wherever you at, in your community, you can make a change. Man, most definitely change. And also, I'm going to take this back to the we talked about entrepreneurship. His mom was talking about entrepreneurship. And I thought she made a very good, insightful statement about the present condition now. And one thing she said is, like, you don't have to go to college, right? She said you can get a trade. And right now, to be truthful, and you know, historically, it was black in the black community. It was either people were talking about getting a trade, and other people were talking about becoming professionals. Mm-hmm. In reality, you can do both. Mm. But here's the thing: the debt that you going in college for to get a degree on communications, it doesn't make sense. If you get a degree for English and you paid $150,000 and you work in Austin, where you gonna work at? Teacher. Maybe a teacher. How much they get paid, Chan? They get paid $60. You still 100 in debt. So that means a broke joker is still has more money than you, because you're 100 in the hole. Yes. You gotta dig out the hole. So I guess what I'm saying, college to me is important, but if you go to college, you should get a higher degree. You have to get engineering, finance, something that it has bang for the buck. If not that, man, there's so many trades out here that you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars and make good money and not be in so much debt. So I mentioned that because he just talked about entrepreneurship. So if you become an electrician, you can create your own business. You can work for somebody on the side and create your own business at one point. If you're into fitness, you can do personal training. You know, and I know you guys know about Newbie Fitness. Look it up. So it's always something that you can create. But I would say, get a trade. Get something that you can do. If you can cook pies, cook some good pies and create a business. Man, you're gonna create a business. Yeah. So that's all I have, man. I like what he was saying about creating, working with your own community, and like he said, some of these young is wild. You don't have to deal with them. Man, you can't save them all. You can't save them all. But I'm gonna say this, man. I done ran into some jokers, man, toting pistols, hands hanging down, and I just put, hey, young man, a lot of them looking for directions. Yeah. But we so scared of these youngers, we scared to say something to them. Yeah. You know, we so scared of these youngers, but
If I'm in my neighborhood, man, hey, champ, let me holler at you. Now, I ain't gonna go outside my neighborhood, but in my neighborhood, because most likely, like I say, you done went to school with their brother, their father, their grandfather, because right now, grandfathers, I done got old, but you might could pull up on these dudes and, man, you never know. You might can't save all of them, but you never know.
Try your hand.
Man, just try your hand. Man, that's about it for me. Man, make sure y'all like and subscribe. In the spirit of Black Wall Street, I want to shout out my man, Philip Bland, the CMOS boss. If you need that moss, you got to go see the boss. His number is 202-725-5119. My man will come bring it to you. Wherever you at, you hit him on the hip. That's I'm sorry, I'm old, man.
That's 85.
I'm sorry, ain't that on the hip no more.
Hey, that's 85, man.
Maybe they can put the phone on the hip. But wherever you at, man, you hit him up, man.
Yeah.
And he'll come bring it to you. Again, 202-725-5119. Philip Bland, the CMOS boss.
CMOS boss, that's what's up.
Man, we trying to grow this channel. Again, like and subscribe and share. We know we're trying to get these numbers up, man, and yeah, I'm through.
Well, all right. Well, you know, this is to the end. I like to say, functional 100, mind, body, and soul.
Man, be grateful. Always be grateful, and always give God the glory.
Peace.